Hi, I'm Tiff. I work for the city of Edina. There's been some talk about TIF in Edina, but it's not me people are talking about. Tax increment financing, or TIF, is a public financing tool that is routinely used in Minnesota and throughout the United States. As early as the 1970s, TIF was used here at 50th and France to pay for public parking and reconstruction of the original public sidewalks and streetscape. Edina is using TIF again now to reconstruct and expand center and north parking ramps and create new public plazas and shared infrastructure improvements as part of the Nolan Mains project. TIF has been used to finance several high-profile redevelopment efforts in Edina over the past several decades. Let's take a look at some of them. The first example of this era is Edinburgh. This multi-phase project resulted in a mid-rise office building, high-rise Brookdale senior apartments, a Marriott Residence Inn hotel, and condominiums. Each of these elements surround an indoor public play park. TIF was used to transform the Glacier Sand and Hedberg gravel pits that were originally south of Southdale Center and the Galleria. This 51-acre industrial site was transformed into the award-winning Centennial Lakes Park. In this case, the city used TIF to acquire and hold the property until particular parcels were ready for development. After several decades of work, the final outcome included 6 office buildings, many retail stores and restaurants, and condominiums and townhouses. These mixed-use elements are arranged around a 25-acre outdoor public park that is embraced by the community during all 4 seasons. In the Grandview area, west of Minnesota Highway 100, the city worked with private developers on a 12-acre site to construct condominiums, office space, and a new public library and senior center. These elements have shared access to an outdoor public plaza that is enjoyed during the summer months. TIF was also used to construct the public parking structure in the Grandview district when Jerry's Enterprises expanded. More recently, TIF was used to fund public improvements constructed by the city. These include sidewalk and streetscape improvements along France Avenue, reconstruction of Hazelton Road, and the expansion of the Edina Promenade and improvements to the south. Also in recent years, TIF was used to encourage the private sector to address community goals in the greater Southdale district. A short-term interest-free loan using TIF was provided to the owners of Southdale Center to incentivize them to update all the public spaces in the mall and to make major investments to the property. This $5 million loan has so far directly resulted in more than $150 million of new construction to the mall property itself. And finally, a $550,000 TIF grant was also provided to support the construction of new affordable housing at the 66 West Apartments by Beacon Interfaith Housing. It doesn't happen with the snap of someone's fingers. The use of TIF in Edina is governed by state laws and guided by policies established by the City Council and Housing and Redevelopment Authority. Edina strives to use TIF to leverage private investments that delivers long-term benefits to the general public, the residents, and visitors of Edina. TIF is a big deal in Edina, and when you hear people talking about it, remember, they're not talking about me.